Welcome back to the Riley Matthews Show. Oh, welcome back.
Hi, this is Theresa. You're watching Theresa TV, and tonight I'm here with Riley Matthews, who's a comedian, actor, and radio host. So he's finding himself very funny right now. So Riley, tell me how you got started in comedy.
The old-fashioned way, professional wrestling.
All right.
Yeah,
That's different.
My last day of senior year in high school, I wanted to be a pro wrestler. My parents said, well, if you save the money, you can go. And I joined Killer Kowalski Professional Wrestling School and wrestled for about 4 years before I got hurt.
Oh, wow.
And I had to stop. That's why my shoulder was funny.
What happened?
I was training a new guy. I was a trainer at school, and I trained a new guy who dropped me the wrong way. So my shoulder got stuck like that.
Oh, my God.
And the best part was I thought it was dislocated. They're like, oh, it must be dislocated. It must be dislocated. So let's pull it out of place. They kept pulling on it, and it wasn't dislocated. So went to the hospital. And by the way, if you don't have health insurance, don't wrestle professionally. It makes a big difference. Because all they said to me was, we're going to perform surgery. We're going to pull the muscle over the bone, and we're going to fix the muscle and everything else. They left the room. We noticed you didn't have insurance written down. Oh, I don't have any insurance. So they leave. They come back in. Here's some Percocets. And grab my arm and whipped it in place. On my way. So that led me to leave the world of wrestling. And I always was writing like comedy stuff and funny ideas and skits. And then I kind of just did some open mics around the area, so I checked a couple out. And then I really kind of in college got to me. I was like, I'll do more comedy. And there's some comedy like Friday Night Live, which was Saturday Night Live on Fridays, obviously, in Pirate Theater. And just kind of steamrolled from there. Just kept going and going and going. And here I am.
And now you're hosting an open mic and a comedy show here at the Varsity Club?
Yes, I host the UNregular Radio comedy show, the third Tuesday of the month, and the open mic, which is, well, tonight, the first Tuesday of the month, which we do without microphones. We prove we can do a show without a microphone. I kind of got it started because we were tired of going to comedy shows where you got 5 minutes solid. Because as a comic, it's really hard to build your material between 5 to 20 minutes. Like, it's a big jump to make. So we thought, okay, how can we do this? So I talked to Dan, Abraham, the DJ here, and Adam Kessler, who's the owner. And we talked about doing it, so we started doing it. And now this will be our 32nd show this June 21st. We have the 32nd show. So far, so good.
That's really good. And what are some of the comedians that have come through this show doing now? Have any of them moved on to, like...
Yeah, we've had some comics that are actually getting pretty well known now. Paul Keenan, he's done a lot of commercials for Nessun and, like, Olympia Sports. I see him on TV a lot. He's a radio show as well. Big Nez is doing a lot. He's getting really big now. He's actually, a lot of times, like, Eddie Griffin comes to town, he opens for him at the Wilbur.
Yeah, I actually know him. He's good friends with my friend Julie.
So. Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I know Julie. I've met her before.
Oh, you have?
Yeah. I think we're friends on Facebook, which I know is like kind of like everyone's on Facebook anyways. But, yeah, we're getting bigger and bigger, and a lot of the times it's the comedy is really about networking. It's who you meet, and like you do shows because of them, or they might say, hey, I have a show coming up, you do it for me. And like the radio show I do is sort of a way of helping to get those names out there. And I think as a whole, the shows are getting better. We're actually stepping up our advertising dollars now, so we'll see what happens when we start really plugging away at the advertising and see if that crosses the line. It's a struggle because you get new comics in, and I like to give new comics a chance and see what they can do.
Right.
So I always feel like a lot of times people will say, well, you see the same comics all the time. When you see new faces, fresh comic material, it makes a difference.
Mm-hmm. It's nice to have a variety too of different styles as well.
Oh, I definitely think a lot of times you'll see certain shows. And I've been there when everybody doing like jokes about relationships, and then the third person doing jokes about relationships. You're like, okay, we get it, So it's good to mix up the styles. So you have like somebody like tonight, Jason was there earlier, he's Chamberlain. He's bombastic, he's energetic, and then you have Eric, who's there later, who's kind of subtle and quiet. So the styles are good to have variety because that way the audience will go different directions. Mm-hmm. Someone's gonna be happy in the audience.
Right. Now I recently had the privilege of sitting in on one of your radio shows.
I'm sorry.
No, it was fun. Tell me how you got started doing that.
Well, the station is UNregular Radio, and about almost 10 years ago, a friend of mine, Jay Geary, who I went to Mass Boston with, he started doing a show in Quincy on the now defunct Cyber USA, and it was called The Asylum. Well, actually, back then it was called Dirty Hour. Hi. So.
Drive-by audience.
Yes, they're happy. So we started doing the show, and then I moved away for a while, and I came back, and it was called The Asylum. And I was the co-host for a couple times, and I became the permanent co-host. And I did the show for about 3.5, 4 years. And it was fun, but I wanted to kind of do something different on my own. Because after a while, you want to kind of break out, do your own thing. and we just got in the habit. I always say it's when you're doing a show with a co-host, it's good to have chemistry. So I've been looking for a new co-host for myself for my show. And it's a hard thing to do, really, right chemistry, right mix, and then the show I wanted to do. Hi, angry chefs. Oh my God, we're being attacked. So what really happened was, I wanted to do a show that was a little bit different and bring in different types of guests, so that way the show could also be not just a show for the audience, but the person on it could use it as a podcast of it as a marketing tool. They could say, hey, check out, I was on the show, the Riley Matthews Show. Here's a 45, 50-minute clip of me. Get to know me better, and that way people can get an idea of who you are and what you're trying to sell or market.
And if people want to listen to your show, when is it on, and how can they tune into it?
Well, you can go to UNregularRadio.com. It's on every Friday night at 7 o'clock. You can also go to my website, RileyMatthews.com, and find podcasts of old episodes and other projects I'm working on. So, directions how to get here and other fun stuff, too. So, I'm working on the website like all week, adding more to it, so lots going on.
That's great. Thank you so much for taking a few minutes out of your busy schedule.
Sure.
To be on my little show.
Here in scenic Quincy, which is muggy right now.
It is. A nice back alley behind the Varsity Club.
Nothing says classy.
Set. This is my set, right?
That's right.
Move it up, though. We'll have a real set someday.
That's right.
Well, thank you.
Thank you.
And I'll see you next time on Theresa TV.
And of course, I should probably put out there. The first Tuesday of the month, every month, is the open mic night. Unregular Radio open mic night. And then the third Tuesday of the month is always the Unregular Radio comedy show. So it's the new, exciting comedy there. Hooray. Get that. I'm working on a little voiceover thing. And actually, we're getting a new logo, too, for the show.